In today's video, we are going to talk about the top 10 things you can do to prepare for your move out to the Philippines. Stick around. So a quick kind of overview. I mean, before you move to the Philippines, there are some things that you can do to prepare and make your transition much easier. Things I wish I would have done myself. And so I will go through those, and I'll probably leave the most important one for the very end, so make sure you watch all the way through. And I do want to mention also right away that if you go to my website, I do have a free PDF for a moving out to the Philippines checklist. Also, just for even traveling out here, there's a lot of useful information there as well. So you just go to Geo in the Philippines, you'll scroll down, you'll see a black button that says free preparation for moving to the Philippines checklist. You can download it, save it on your computer, print it out, whatever you want to do. And there's a lot more information on my website as well. So that can help you out. All right, so visa opt, that was number one, by the way, is download my free PDF. Second one are the visa options. You kind of got to figure out what you're going to do. And a lot of people, before they get here, they say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the SRRV, the retirement visa. Then you have to decide which one you plan for, in which one you qualify for. Do you qualify for a military one where you only have to put a $1,500 US deposit, or the $10,000 deposit, or $20,000 deposit? Those deposits can be used, I guess, to purchase a condo or lease land, I believe. So it's an option. I really don't recommend people buying property out here as far as a condo. I think there's much better deals out in Malaysia and Thailand and things as far as owning a condo. But figure out which one you want. And initially, I wouldn't even start the process until you've been here 6 months or so. Unless you've been to the Philippines multiple times and you know for sure this is where I want to be. Start off with a tourist visa, and maybe 6 months down the line you can decide, okay, I will go for the retirement visa now. I do like it. This is where I want to be. And the second is you really got to figure out how much does it cost to live in the Philippines. And that is not just in general. You can, because it really depends on your lifestyle. I say this all the time. It's going to be determined by your lifestyle. For some people, they can live on $1,000 and be as happy as a clam. Other people, they need around $3,000. For me, I'm kind of in the middle there. I'm at around $2,000, and at $2,000, I stay pretty happy. I can pretty much go out whenever I want, eat out. I live in a pretty nice place, as you can see in the background here. And so 2,000 is kind of a sweet spot for me. Others, that won't be nearly enough. And other people say you spend way too much. So again, lifestyle. Find a vlogger that kind of looks like the lifestyle maybe you would want to live, like the place where they live, their type of lifestyle, where they go and travel, things that they do, and look at one of their budget videos, and you can kind of get a general idea of, okay, I could see my lifestyle being similar to this, and I could see myself spending around this much money. So that always helps. Number 4 is the health insurance. I tell people this all the time. Probably the best bet is initially come out with travel medical insurance, cover yourself, and just do that for like 3 months, 6 months. And again, when you decide, okay, this is the place I want to be, then you can contact, for example, I got down in the description, you can contact Michael and you can get a quote for regular health insurance for the Philippines. But initially, I always tell people, come out with the travel medical, at least be protected somewhat. And then when you decide for sure, okay, this is where I'm going to be, then you can switch over to regular health insurance. Again, for everything I'm talking about, there are links in the description. And to expand that list, you got to click those little 3 dots on the right side. It'll also be the pinned comment. Also, a lot of people want the kind of like the top expat communities in the Philippines, and you're going to have places like Angeles. You can join the Angeles expat group on Facebook. Cebu. I found the Cebu one people to be kind of rude. Even in the Dumaguete one, the Iloilo. Bacolod, Davao. You just search, Davao expat group on Facebook, and you'll get something pop up for that city. There may not be very many people depending where or what city you're looking into, and there may be a boatload like in Cebu, which becomes almost for me too much. Then you also have to know, like, within those cities, the kind of the expat bubbles. Some people want to live in those expat bubbles. For me, I do, but I don't. In other words, I want to be in an expat area because I want those extra amenities. I want the nice restaurants, the places where I can get good Western food. The places like this don't exist usually if you're way out in the province in an area that doesn't have expats. You don't find this. And so I like to be in the expat areas, but I like to live away from where all the expats are. And I don't really frequent a lot of places that expats go. In fact, I get a lot of viewers who tell me all the time, Gio, I spent 3 months in Dumaguete. I never ran into you. I never saw you. I went to all the usual expat hangouts. I've never seen you. Well, that's because I kind of avoid those places, to be honest. And it's not a bad thing to want to avoid those places. It's not a bad thing to frequent those places if you want to be around a lot of expats. Some people find comfort in that. Some people prefer to be away from it. It just depends what kind of person you are. Setting up like your tech for the Philippines, like your phone, VPN, which I highly recommend. You'll run into so many situations where you will need a VPN to access certain websites, to get American Netflix, and even just for traveling. A link in the description for Surfshark, which is probably the best deal out there. And things like, should you go and get phone service? Like I went this last time to the US in June, I went and got T-Mobile, and I'm very happy I did. It's come in handy for so many situations, for getting my OTP codes, just being able to call back to the States. I never really use the roaming or the data on it. I simply connect to Wi-Fi. I do Wi-Fi calling and texting. So that's how I use it. That phone usually stays at home, and then I just take my Philippines phone. I think it's better just to have two separate phones. One, because your US phone number or whatever country you're from is gold, and you want to protect that. Because you can't just walk into the T-Mobile store or wherever you got your phone and get another one when you're over here. Your Philippines phone number, you can replace the phone number. You can replace the phone easily enough, but your US one or home country, you can't. So protect that one. Don't really take it out so much. Two separate phones is probably the best thing. Get a VPN. Get the traveling mailbox. That has been an outstanding service. I've had more stuff sent to me, things like that I really wanted on Amazon that I could not find here. What I would do is like maybe get about 5 or 6 packages along with some letters, put it all in a box. Yeah, it's going to be a little pricey. I think I paid the last time around $194 for FedEx to have it brought here in about 6 days, which is really fast, a little expensive, but if it's something you really want and you just kind of get a bunch of items and then have it sent in a big box, that's usually what it cost me. Depends on weight and size of the box, of course, but traveling mailbox, phone number, VPN, separate phone from your Philippines phone, all very important. Top tips for like finding a home here in the Philippines: Facebook Marketplace is my go-to place. Join, okay, for example, you're in Iloilo home condo rentals. You just type in a search and you'll bring up all these groups. And the best thing is really just advertise. You just say, okay, I'm looking for a condo near the mall. I want minimum 1 bedroom between this amount. I want to pay no more than 20,000, maximum 30,000 pesos, that is, per month. And you'll get all kinds of people who will email you or message you, and they will send you, what they have, because different agents are going to have different places available. One agent will not have all the listings available, so it's better just to kind of advertise. You can also use RentPad. When you first get here, the formula I always tell people is get a hotel for 3 to 5 nights. 5 nights is usually best. I have a hotel list on my website as well. You just scroll down where to stay in the Philippines updated 2024. Click on that. You'll see all the hotels for the different cities. and you can book right through the web page. So get a hotel for 3 to 5 days. Check out the area of the city that you want to be in. Okay, first of all, do you like the city? Second of all, the area. Okay, maybe IT Park in Cebu. Is this the place where you want to be or not? And don't go just jump into a lease. And maybe go into an Airbnb from there for a month. And then continue to check out the area, the city. Do I like this city? Do I not like it? Do I like this area? Do I not like it? Make sure you do a thorough investigation of it. So rentpad.com, Facebook Marketplace, but come in, do the hotel, switch over to Airbnb, make sure you've properly searched, found the perfect place. Otherwise, you'll do what I did and jump into a lease after like 5 days, I think, 4 days. And then later on, I had immediately wanted to move right away because it wasn't the right spot for me. Number 9 is Filipino culture. Really kind of figure it out. They are a non-confrontational type people. Getting angry and having confrontation with them directly does not really work. Remember, it's a save face culture. You don't want to embarrass them in public. Don't want to get angry. Talk calmly. Learn patience here because things do not work the same way as your home country. Learn about the things they really like. They love they love hanging out with friends and family. Very close knit. Even in space wise, I mean, it's common that 5 people in one room, 3 people all together on a motorbike. They're all like always so close together, even personal space. You get in a jeepney and you're going to be like this. And me, I'm like, I hate being so close to somebody that I don't know. And for them, it's no big deal. But just kind of learn about the culture, watch some videos. You have to be accepting and you have to learn a lot of patience here before you come here. Don't get angry. No direct confrontation. That just does not work well here. The last is public transportation, motorcycles, cars, navigating the Philippines. How are you going to do it? If you do not want to buy a car, if you don't want to buy a motorbike and drive, you really should be in a city that has like a taxi system. Dumaguete, if you don't want to drive, is not a good city to live in. You want to be in Bacolod, Iloilo, that has Grab Taxi, Davao, Manila, Cebu, one of these bigger cities. If you're okay with buying a motorbike and driving a motorbike, then a bigger city or a smaller city rather is going to be okay because you'll be able to get around, no problem. Big cities with lots of traffic, I really don't recommend a motorbike. It's kind of dangerous. Cebu, too many close calls. Dumaguete is close calls as well. So figure out what you're going to do for transportation. I kind of like the combo of car and motorbike. I also like having the option of being able to call a Grab taxi or Grab car. That's the one thing that Dumaguete really fails in. So figure out what you're going to do because that could be a decision maker for your move out to the Philippines. So again, guys, check out my website for the free PDF for moving out here. Hotel list there, all the things I highly recommend for living or moving out here. There's a Amazon shop there. And also down below in my description in pinned comment, you'll see all the links and everything that helpful links for moving or traveling out here to the Philippines. So questions, comments, let me know down below. But thank you guys for watching. It's been kind of a rainy day. It's clearing up. So I am going to get out and run some errands now. See everyone next time.